Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a highly anticipated match between Energy Esports and Bravado. This is gonna be one hell of a game. We all been waiting for it. and I I just feel so happy to have not only the CEO of ACGL, but a great caster indeed and a friend. Nicholas Holden, welcome to your first casting of 2019.
Ja, nee, Bravado en Energy Esports gaan baie lekker wees.
Oh, it's
I
going.
just started an Afrikaans another thing there.
You,
How
yeah,
you
you
doing,
had to.
Delray?
No, I'm doing great. Considering to have these two powerhouses up against each other, I think it's going to be one crack of a game.
Cool. So one thing that I'm just going to request from your side, of course, when we get into the map, is just I need to know that the players are ready. You're communicating with them from your side. And
Oh
if you're
yes.
wondering what is going to be happening here today, we've got the 5 maps. Frequency, Arsenal, Hacienda. 3 maps in all. 5 maps potentially that we're going to be able to see today. Bravado Gaming taking on Energy Esports in the ACGL 2K. I can't wait to get into it, Mr. Delray D. Dallas himself. Any predictions before we jump right in?
This is going to be crazy. This is going to be a map 5 potentially. This will be one of those games that everyone wants to watch. We all know that Bravado is probably the leading team at the moment, considering they've basically won everything online. So we'll see what Ian can do against them. And I think we can kick this game off straight away.
Please. I can't wait to get into this one. Of
Oh,
course, I've been
someone
watching.
left.
No, just like that, we had somebody drop out.
Yeah.
So I saw this was pretty much a theme last week when I was watching your stream as well from the sidelines, and it seems a little bit of back and forth. But
Oh, yes.
so far, to set the scene, of course, we've kicked things off with the online, and I'm sure that there's going to be a whole bunch more action creeping up on you guys, as well as some new additions, which has unfortunately torn me away from the mic in a lot of ways, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I'm just going to quit and back out. But yeah, it has been a little. I've been missing my Call of Duty but I can't wait to see what happens between both of these teams, Energy Esports and Bravado. And I think Energy Esports, they're gonna feel like they're the second place catch-up players in every single one of these tournaments. Bravado, there's been mentioned that essentially they're the ones with the times on their hands, and they have been grinding very, very hard. I'm not too sure, Delray, you've been stepping into a new position. You're now coach or manager, I'm not too sure how you want to put it, of Energy Esports. What is the attitude like between the squad at the moment, and how do they see themselves bridging the gap between themselves and?
Well, at the moment, I would probably say it's pretty close. We can see one thing between these two teams as you look at the maps there, that if you look at Bravado, they've got leaders from left and right. They've got the shot callers. They've got literally everything going for them. In the side of Energy Esports, they do rely on obviously the veteran Frosty. I think he's got the most tournament wins in South Africa, and obviously your Caden Heroz. It's going to be quite insane to see what happens. I think, Nick, you've got the wrong teams here. We've got Miki, Frosty, and kohvz on this
You're
side.
kidding me.
Yeah, so we can just end it
I
again.
told you, dude. I told you this is a newbie from my side. So this is essentially my first cast of the year, and it is unfortunate that I haven't been able to be more involved. One thing that I am looking forward to, which did announce, is that they're going to bring out rank play, which kind of helps out. I think especially for our kind of more casual competitive community that just want to be able to jump into games on the fly, search for a game, and then leave. Whereas I kind of feel that whenever that happens in tens lobbies, that people kind of get stuck in there, and then if they have to go, it kind of collapses the entire lobby. But anyway, let me change up these teams and get them ready.
Yeah, get Shaaki over here and just send kohvz to the other side. But if we just look at the maps in more finer details, I think from the previous 2K, we had Ian and Bravado face off on frequency search and destroy, where BVD walked away with that W. I think this frequency is going to be very sub-dominant. We'll see if Frosty can bring out his guns. I know he's an incredible Sorg player and Maddox player, and then you got Shaaki and Miki as well. And from Bravado, you got Scorpio that can play like a beast, and you got Lithium obviously with that Sorg. So we'll see how that goes down. The first two maps, yes, played on frequency. That Arsenal control is going to be the big one for me to see who can make that switch between the two frequency maps and what they can do on that new mode control.
Yeah, at the moment from my side, when it comes down to these two teams, It's going to be the story of old, whether coming from a Call of Duty background all the way back to their CSGO rivalry. Energy Esports taking on Bravado. And who are you going to be jumping on board with first here, Mr. Delray?
Well, let's go for Shaaki. As I said, with the Sorgs, we'll see what he can do. Running that double stock, only getting some bullets in there, getting taken down. Control in Ian's head from the start.
So Ian establishing that early control, and of course with those long lines of sight down the side of the bridge, that's going to give you a good amount of points of the get-go. It's so difficult. Those gunfights right in the get-go, you need to establish yourself. I was sitting a little bit in on kohvz's side of things, and one thing that they are concerned about when it comes down to Energy Esports is the amount of trophy systems that they essentially put down to negate essentially that very, very close quarter concussions type gunfights. But at the moment, I'm jumping on board with Miki, who's finding himself inside the hard point and just going to be cleaning things up on the get-go as he does get pushed by Inferno and will get taken out here. So, early start going in favor of Energy Esports. If you're Bravado Gaming now, it's all about the rotations, and at the moment, it looks like they might have spawn control as player number 4, that's kohvz, currently just standing at the back, making sure that they can pick off the players on rotation.
Yeah, no, Ian did have an early rotation there, but Bravado just breaking them from the back, and a good counter from them as kohvz gets that trophy down. And yes, trophy plays a big role in this game. As we can see, it was Frosty grappling right around and getting the kill there on Rahil, getting traded out by the Inferno, but a good hold for Bravado.
Yeah, it has to be said, Inferno currently rotating towards that anchor position and doing well to pick up a couple of clutch kills to ensure that they hold on to the spawns and essentially force the Energy Esports team to try play conservatively. Player number 7, that's Waffle. We have to keep an eye on him at the moment as the Bravado team start to make their way forward.
Yeah, it's going to be quite insane to see now as Inferno uses this grapple to his advantage, getting behind Waffle there. So yet again a good rotation there by Bravado, getting ready for next. But it is Frosty. If I jump him, he is on top, but Inferno will be taking him out. Yet again Bravado with those rotations on T.
Yeah, it seems like their breaking of the anchoring position from Energy Esports has been completely on point here. Every single one of those players breaking from different angles. We saw, I think that was that Inferno? Yeah, with the ruin. Actually just changing that line of sight, making sure that he can be elevated, allows his teammates to push through. And at the moment, Bravado Gaming looking pretty solid, and it's going to be up to EN to make sure that they can hold on these rotations. And that might mean they might need to commit more people towards the back.
Yeah, indeed, as we can see Inferno as well getting that first couple of streaks, or that first streak, as he now is already rotated, and he's the guy you're looking for, getting those flanks in, getting those early rotations, and that's exactly what he's done for his team. As you can see, he's 9 and 4, so going positive for his team as Lithium picks up 2, and a good start from Bravado on this rotation yet again.
Well, I've been keeping my eye on kohvz at the moment. He's the damage dealer for Bravado Gaming, and he's been putting in a good amount of work in terms of trying to get that heal time. So when you've seen that amount of damage coming out from close quarters, kohvz has been doing some great work. On the other side of things, it is now Energy Esports slowly but surely trying to break this gap, and they've extended themselves actually, and going to be continuously doing so. Of course, a little bit of chaos in and around this area at the moment as neither team really establishing control, but here comes a massive Energy Esports onslaught that seems like Heroz actually taking out Miki, but it seems like it's enough to push away the Bravado Gaming team. Yeah,
was early streaks used there by Inferno. I was quite surprised him using it early on in this game, as he did use it and unfortunately not picking up one player. But rotation yet again coming down. Rahil is in there, Waffle now getting in, and they are set up for circle, all about rotation and a heal. As we can see, the preferred position currently, if we jump on board with Frosty, is exactly where he is, hanging back there. Miki's got his Annihilate out. That you want to see, as this is a very lethal specialist.
Alright, I can see Energy Esports now trying to make that difference, but it looks like Frosty's putting a big shot in the back of Shaaki's head, but eventually takes down Lithium. Inferno's going to peek out, and seems like he will stay alive as he comes up once again. Frosty's not going to be able to clean up that one, as once again we'll put him down and says, you know what, if you want to stay down on that side. Oh, a big double shot.
Huge.
Make that 3 as Frosty cleans it up and turns around, and it looks like Inferno should get knocked down here as he recovers just in time. Inferno doing well to take away some time from the team, but Frosty coming up clutch.
Now, this is huge now for Frosty if he can get that streaks going. He has the help of his teammates. He gets that first stick over for that lightning strike. I'm going to stay on board with him getting that Hellstorm as well. Now pushing up with his team.
Wow.
Good coordinated push. And yeah, they're going for the spawn as well. And he's going to use his streaks. So this is going to be huge.
Yeah, going to use that streak. We'll take down Lithium. And with 2 players down, this should give them opportunity to try push into the point. However, Spawn still rotated well from Bravado Gaming, or retained rather, as they push themselves in. Unfortunately, I think maybe Frosty needed to wait a couple of seconds there for some support from that Hellstorm to try push in and try pick up those spawns. And just like that, however, they push in from the front, and it's going to still be in EN's favor as they push the Bravado Gaming team out of the area. Filthy language, Nick.
Filthy language, but Afrikaans indeed is always a very good language, but it is Shaaki now pushing out with his double stock Sorg, and of the pros have been talking about double stock on the Sorg, and it's completely filthy, as we can see with Shaaki just going by -1, but the score sticking over. Ian is almost over that 100-point mark away from Bravado as Shaaki pulls out the War Machine, does pick up Lithium, his opponent, with the other War Machine. We'll see now, he gets Inferno as well. And this is where Ian wants to pull away, Nick.
Yeah, Ian wants to pull away, and they're going to have to look down to Flawless Waffle at the moment, as he is going to be the man holding the anchor. And by this indication of spawns, that should give him an idea that the players are going to be pushing through this right-hand side bridge, as it looks like Heroz is picking himself up in trouble and knocking them down at the moment.
This is exactly what you want from one of your leading men. Heroz, one of the guys that's stuck by this roster from the previous season as BDD tries to break in. Wow. But Ian is just on the ball at the moment.
Absolutely fantastic play here from the Ian lads. 226 to 87 from the Bravado Gaming team. And at this point, I feel like Ian can just run up the clock here and keep picking up these points. They're going to keep applying this pressure to Bravado Gaming, as it looks like early rotations do go in favor of Energy Esports once again. Frosty now sitting under, just trying to pick up the players as they rotate out. Oh, it looks like Shaaki will eventually do some team damage, but it's going to be Energy Esports coming out on top to the 87 points of Bravado Gaming. Energy Esports,
damn,
take the win.
Convincing win there for Ian. Very surprised, I must say. BVD started off strong, getting those rotations down and making it difficult for Ian to break, but as soon as those specialists got into play and as soon as those score streaks got into play, yes, it just became so difficult for Bravado.
Yeah, and it was the Energy Esports team that kind of turned it around. I like to think that the Bravado Gaming squad had those early rotations. They were breaking the anchor position really well as a unit, but then that kind of collapsed as Energy Esports started to shift up their focus, push their lines of sight a little bit further, retain the spawns. And from their side, to be honest, it was the Slain performance that really came out here. And it has to be said, as I go through the scores at the moment, it was Shaaki getting some great damage down with Heroz with 140 seconds of heal time. Really doing some great work for him and his team there. But yeah, all around the players did really well. I mean, lagging furthest behind was Flawless Waffle with essentially 18 kills and 16 deaths. But managing to remain positive there is the Energy Esports teams as we progress and I get things set up for some good old search and destroy action.
Yeah, as I said, your Sorg's going to play a big role in this game. And unfortunately, Lithium 12 and 26, not what you want from your leading man with Sorg. Unfortunately, just coming up short there. But I do think this Bravado team can turn things around. It's not always we see 100 club against Bravado, but it did happen here. Miki 32 and 14, and those streaks, as I mentioned them, it is a big thing in this game. But we'll see Frosty 34 and 12. And our following map will be
Sticking on this map, frequency search and destroy. Now, previously, as I said, the previous 2K Bravado took the 6-4 over Ian. We'll see if they can do that yet again, or is Ian just gonna stop them right there?
I mean, they really look towards Lithium to try bring out some kind of hold and some kind of lead from the front for their team. However, going down 12 and 26 there against the Energy Esports, lad, you gotta feel like that's when you just end up becoming silent on your team, and maybe that was what was the differential here between the two squads. Of course, this is going to be going into map number 2 here. Map number 1 going in favor of the lads from Energy Esports, essentially 100 clubbing the Bravado Gaming team. But as anyone will tell you, you don't rule them out, especially at this early stage of the game. As we're going to search and destroy on frequency, I just want to confirm with my man Dellas that they're all ready and good to go.
Yeah, we can go for this.
Fantastic.
Just want to see, yeah, everyone's fine. Let's go. Now, this is where it becomes interesting. Yes, BVD has just been slaughtered by Ian, but this is where it's gonna stand. BVD needs to stand tall
and say, listen here, that was a fluke. We come back and we're gonna 6-0 you on the search and destroy. BVD, as I mentioned, is a team with a lot of knowledge, and in search and destroy that will show.
Absolutely. If you've done your homework, this is where it shows through. And obviously now the change over coming to 5v5. It's all down to how are they going to rotate out as a team? How are they going to push? It should be a little bit of a masterclass for you guys trying to figure out how to play some search and destroy at home. I'm going to jump on board with the Bravado Gaming team.
Oh, and
it looks like we've got it back out.
This is how it is unfortunately with online tournaments. You never know when the teams are ready, or they do let you know they're ready, and then bam, this happens. But I see some of you guys in chat. We've got a lot of the Vinco guys in stream. We've got the big boss, the Mr. CS. He is in here. I see Lee Java Johnson in here as well, and Mr. Tipman. And we've got Clunkers, one of the guys from, or not from Evo Esports, but an ex-Vinco player still looking for a team, it looks like. But good to see all the guys in the chat. I'm just waiting for the head ready up from the guys. But Nick, not what you expected that first hard point.
Absolutely not what I expected, but it's what I was almost hoping for to get this one started and to show that, yes, we can have a showcase game between Energy Esports and Bravado Gaming. I think that was never in dispute, but the fact that Bravado Gaming have essentially been coming out on top in so many tournaments back to back to back. And it's been Energy Esports fighting from behind, and let's see, maybe this is going to be the tournament that sets the tone here between the two squads. So from Bravado Gaming, as I wanted to talk about a little bit earlier, they're going to be on the attack here in round number 1. Is there anybody in particular that you want to jump on board with, Mr. Dellas?
Well, I just want to see from Bravado's side, is Inferno going to pull out the sniper? Let's quickly swap around to them. And I'm just waiting for Inferno. Does look like he's got the sniper in hand. So we will be sticking with him to see if he can pick up anyone. But as we can see, we've got 2 Maddoxes. We've got 2 Sorgs, and then the sniper in Inferno's hand. We'll see what they do with the push.
Yes, we will. So we'll stick with Inferno off of the get-go here. Hopefully going to be seeing some good old sniping action that we love to. And for right now, it seems like the push is going to be going towards that A side at the moment. And let's see who's going to be coming on top. Oh, it's Frosty taking a bullet to the face off of the get-go. That should clear the room for the Bravado Gaming team to try and push their way through. As there's a massive 4-man push here. Kohvz now trying to hold down the middle, picking off those players in rotation. Lithium will take out Shaaki. We are down to a 5v3 situation. So bomb looks to get planted here. Kohvz will be able to take out Miki. It is a 2v5 situation, and if you're Waffle and Heroz at the moment, you gotta hope you're counting your lucky stars. At the moment, it looks like Waffle's gonna make a push. However, not going to be picking up any syrup on that Waffle, as it looks like Heroz finds himself in a precarious situation. Will get knocked down. It is Waffle in a 1v5. Kohvz will get removed. He turns to face down Rahil. However, it looks like they hunt him down in round number 1. Goes over to Bravado Gaming.
The perfect round there by Bravado. We saw with Inferno getting that first pick, just gave his team, the comms saying push through. He did pick up one. And from there, it was all bravado as they pushed down on circle. They did pick up 2 more players on circle. And then it was up to Heroz and Waffle to close things out. Unfortunately, couldn't with a man advantage or disadvantage. And bravado played a perfect search and destroy there.
Side of Energy Esports, as I do a little bit of a rotation through the numbers here, it doesn't look like any snipers are going to get called out, and they're going to go for a more traditional lineup as Scorpio will get spotted in the mid map. At the moment, it looks like they've gone for a 3-for-2, and it looks like Bravado Gaming are well prepared on the side of this A bomb site. Very, very tentative in the beginning here.
Yeah, you see, from the start, we could see the difference between the two teams. We had Ian the previous round pushing up all the way to circle, where Bravado is just hanging back, waiting for Ian to make that push. And currently just sitting back. There's no need for them to push further than a bomb. That's exactly what they're doing.
I like this play here from Energy Esports. They realized it was rather crowded on that A bomb site. Now the rotation is going to come through towards B. Let's see if Bravado are going to pick them up through the rotations. No, it's the opposite as Miki picks up Scorpio here, looking to get this bomb planted. Inferno is going to start rotating. Remember, he's got the sniper rifle in his back pocket. However, Koz's going to be able to come up with a kill here. A little bit too early on the trigger there as Lithium will get knocked down. Concussion grenade does get flown through as Inferno will pick himself up a kill. Now it is a 3v2. Make that 2v2. Energy Esports taking on Bravado Gaming here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Search and Destroy. This is round number 2. 23 seconds left on the bomb side as Rahil trying to do some work on the other side of things. Kohvz has taken out Frosty. Now should be the indication to try go for that kill. And yep, it's got to be Rahil taking down Miki. Great pull off of the defusal. Great communication between the two players. Bravado Gaming double their lead here to make it 2-0.
Yeah, yet again, a perfect played Search and Destroy round there by Bravado, getting those picks. And Rahil does not miss any bullets, as you'll see. The man is an absolute beamer. Does pick up Miki here at the end. And yes, as I said, BVD has the knowledge, and we'll see that come through in Search and Destroy as they are up 2-0.
So Dellas, when it comes down to it, I mean, from what you've seen in the past, would you say bomb side A has almost primarily been the key focus for teams, or would you say that is kind of just the luck of this game so far?
No, usually we'll see most teams push up on A. If they don't see anyone, or they can just see the teams are hanging back, they would usually fall in the rotation to go to B. But it looks like BVD wants to force their way up to A bomb, and they do just that as Lithium's playing a filthy corner right here, going to use the jump up and pick up Shaaki, almost taking out each other. Shaaki. But as you can see, BVD yet again with well, equal 3 down or 2 down on each side.
Yeah, Lithium really making a dangerous move there as the bomb carrier walked his way up towards that top platform. However, it's going to be Frosty that comes up with the cleanup kill there. Now it is a 3v2 in favor of Energy Esports. Bomb is down, however. Scorpio is going to be able to spot out one. We'll remove him. Now it's all about the kill from close range. He makes it 2. And just like that, it is now a 1v2 situation as Waffle trying to clean up the damage that was dealt from his teammates, but no!
You thought,
Bravado.
Yeah, Ian had the bomb down, and they just got picked out. As yet again, BVD sticking to their guns, and Scorpio with a massive 2-piece. As we can see here now, getting the Bliksem in, I would say, there on the opposing player. But yet again, BVD solid Search and Destroy. And streaks for Rahil.
Right. Yeah, so that's massive for Rahil as it's going to be Energy Esports on the attack. I believe you're on Frosty at the moment.
No, I'm on Rahil.
Oh, I do apologize. Maybe it's just ghosting me here on the podcast.
Oh.
So, Rahil with streaks. Not going to decide to use anything off of the get-go as Inferno will be picking up a kill once again with that sniper. It is a 5v3 situation. Let's see what Energy Esports are going to be able to do on their side with Frosty, Waffle, and Miki all up.
I actually would like to know why or how much first bloods BVD has been getting in the Search and Destroy, as they always capitalize on getting that first blood, and that's so crucial when it comes to Search and Destroy, as gunfights go down the middle with Frosty getting stunned, and that's just probably the go ahead for Bravado to push but they don't, as they don't have the bomb and exactly the right play to do.
See, I'm not too sure if I like this play here from Waffle. I know he's trying to pick off Rahil in the distance, but every time he takes that gunfight, should he lose in that 50-50, that will give an idea for somebody to be able to push in. And when you don't have the numerical advantage, that's going to be very, very difficult to come out on top of. However, kohvz will be able to pick himself up too. On the other side of things, it is going to be the man getting taken out. Miki all by his lonesome.
Just a good ball from Bravado. Their search and destroy is the best it could be currently. Just taking no further chances, and you can see just kohvz just waiting for his teammate to come assist, and basically did that, and then went on the hunt for Miki, the last player up here, and gets that as well. As you can see, he's 8-2 and Rahil 7-0. That's the two players Ian needs to shut down.
Essentially from Bravado's gaming side, they've been doing so well in the search and destroy, and it has always been essentially the backbone of this team when it comes down to search. They know that the respawn game modes is essentially one of their strongest points too, but I mean, Bravado have always been the search and destroy team, and oh, it looks like Shaaki takes out Miki in your bottom left-hand corner. That can't be going too well for them at the moment, as the Annihilator will get pulled out here from Rahil. Not spotting out anyone off of the get-go. It is currently a 4v4 situation. There's a Bravado Gaming team make their way closer to the bomb site B.
This gun is filthy. You don't want it to pick you off, and Shaaki get him big kill there on Rahil. As we all know what the Annihilator can do, as Shaaki just get some shots into Inferno there. But this is a round Ian needs to come out and win, as Heroz picks up a kill. 2 left.
I like this push from Energy Esports. They come from all angles, and it's going to be Lithium alone in this 1v2. However, we jump over to him and see what he's going to be able to do from his perspective.
Oh, he pulls out his
No,
he pulled out his war machine. That, yes, it could change things, but okay, and you 4-0 up. But that's a specialist wasted.
Yeah, you got to feel that the player as well. The call out must have been that he has an SMG in hand. He has that Sorg, and more than likely going to get pushed as soon as he does go low. So, Energy Esports, is this the comeback they need? It's definitely a change in momentum that we'd like to see here when it comes down to blowouts from either side of the two teams participating. Bravado Gaming still have a couple of aces in their back pocket when it comes down to the street, as we watch Heroz closing out with a big 2 to bring them back in this search and destroy.
Yeah, we'll see now what they can do. Ian needs to pitch up. Hopefully that's the start of something, getting that first one on the board. But we'll see now yet again a push to A. And just looking at your mini-map, as we can see there, the Bravado guys pitching 2 guys to mid. And this will now be help from player number 3, Scorpio. Almost get taken out, he does. But player number 2, keep on your eye on Inferno all the way from the back, and you'll be picking up Heroz from the back.
Oh, I'm keeping my eye on Frosty at the moment, as he does get a trade out there with Lithium. And it looks like we're down to a 3v2 situation. Rahil on the one side, on the other side, it is Inferno trying to rotate his way forward.
Yeah, bomb.
And this should give Energy an opportunity to plant this bomb. Now, Delray, if you're Bravado Gaming, which angle are you going to try approach from?
Well, firstly, stick together, get the trades if there is any. But we'll see Inferno going to push from the top left side, as he's now getting help from his teammate. Pushing to circle, but Miki is right there with the sword. Not the gunfight you want to take close up, but he's still alive, getting shots on there. One player jumping down, that is Rahil. He needs to get one more player. 1v1.
He stays alive. What is Rahil going to do in this situation?
He's going to stick it.
Is
Miki going to check it? Does he get it?
Miki takes it. He got
split seconds, but Miki does come off and wins that round, throwing me Ian. Damn.
So it actually looks like, from the other side of things, I was keeping my eye on Frosty, who took on that fight with Lithium, who actually died in time to save his war machine there, because exactly what happened is that he shot the war machine, Frosty killed him, and that war machine in mid-air took him out. So actually playing into his favor at the end of it. But for right now, we go over to the attacking team, which is going to be Bravado Gaming for the first time, looking a little bit perturbed in the search and destroy.
is Rahil that will be on board with. Still has that score streak to work with. They are pushing up in circle. Here comes Shaaki with his grenade launcher. Takes out almost everyone. It's Inferno and kohvz left alive. Inferno with the sniper. He needs his assistant from his teammate kohvz, as it's going to be very difficult for him with the sniper.
Waffle's in a little bit of a precarious position here as he does move his way a bit close and will be able to take out Inferno, now making it a 1v2, which is kohvz all by himself at the moment. I've seen him pull it off before. I would not put it past him now.
Oh, yes.
He does have that Tempest in hand. Should he decide to go super clutch, but also it's one of those things that you kind of just have to weigh your odds here. Is it a bit silly to use it at this stage? It is a 1v3. As Heroz is spotted out in the top window, Waffle now going to be putting in some damage of his own, and Heroz will clean that up. As that it's Energy Esports clawing their way back into this one. Currently 4-3 in favor of Bravado Gaming, but the last 3 rounds have been all orange in Energy Esports.
Yeah, perfect plays from kohvz. They're not using his specialist. We all know that using the Tempest, that if you do strike someone with it, that they do go down and you need to get some bullets in them as well. So that's more of a team used specialist. So good from him not using it. But this is the time to jump on board with Frosty. See what he can do at the B-bomb site with his Maddox.
It looks like they're making a massive push here towards the middle, as Scorpio is going to be the first one to shut them down. Waffle will be able to trade that out as Lithium maybe breaks the seal too early. As on the other side of things, Shaaki's going to come out with the trade on top of that one. So Energy Esports winning these trades, but it brings it down to a 2v2 as kohvz rotates a little bit too early on the other side of things. Rahil will be able to come up with a trade of his own. Shaaki cleans it up. That was trade for trade for trade. And it was Energy Esports bringing it back.
One insane round right there as Ian brings it back, and it's 4-all. And this is going to be one hell of an interesting game right now. If we look at the specialist as this next round starts, I think that's where it's going to lie for me. I do think Rahil still has his score streak. So whoever has that specialist and the score streaks to work with, it's going to play a big role in these next, possibly 4 rounds. Or possibly 3, 2, 5, can be 4 rounds. We'll see now with the specialist.
I think 3 is max.
Yeah, 3 max. So we've got Heroz. He has his gravity slam to work with, and this is filthy. If they can come over and maybe stop Bravado right here. There is one in. He's going to be using it. He does only pick up one, gets the trade over. As we can see there, Bravado did hang back, so they do know that he had his gravity slam. So a good call from Bravado.
And you see Frosty just throwing it down. Essentially that trophy system. Should they go for a bomb plot next to it, and might remove the trophy system, so that's a little bit of an indicator for him should he need to use it. However, it is a 4v4 situation, tense between both of these teams, as it looks like Bravado Gaming are securing themselves on this A-bomb site. Bomb is yet to be planted, and there we go, it does get put down. Currently still 4v4 action. You can feel the tension rather between these two teams. It is going to be Inferno trying to come up with the snipes. He misses out. It is Miki walking his way. 3v2 situation as Miki tries to close his way in towards opposition. kohvz will get Rahil all by himself at the moment.
Oh, he's going to be using his score streaks.
Does use that score streak. Not going to be able to connect.
Oh!
Things comes up clutch,
and he needs to get the bomb. I think he's going to get there.
Yeah, he might have enough time.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Clutch play. Almost Rahil taking out the whole squad, and Ian now potentially 1 round away from taking the search and destroy, where they were 4 rounds. Back from BBD? Oh my goodness! This is one crazy search and destroy.
This is why you never turn your attention away from this Energy Esports squad, as Rahil was coming up so clutch, getting pushed from Miki. And then it was the Waffle that essentially cleaned him up to bring it up for Energy Esports. Now 1 round away. Who are you going to jump on board with here from
Inferno?
Energy Esports team?
Like if I'm looking at Energy's team, it is Frosty with his Tempest, so we'll see if he can use that. and we've got Inferno. Kohvz as well with his Tempest. I think most specialists will be coming out this round. We'll see what can go down if I jump on board with Shaaki, because he's going to be in the gunfire straight away.
As well as Energy Esports, all full health at the moment with that 200 HP. Waffle's the only one that got down a little bit. Heroz on the other side. It's Frosty. Will get almost taken out as Lithium loses out on that gunfight. Rahil, however, picks up a headshot of his own. It is currently a 4v2 situation in favor of the Energy Esports lad. Can kohvz and Rahil come out on top?
Annihilator.
Will be able to get cleaned up, and just like that, it's the Energy Esports securing that search and destroy to make it 2-0 on map count.
Ian takes that search and destroy from bringing 4 rounds behind. Firstly 100 club, then the search and destroy. It must be feeling good if you're an Ian supporter right now.
Absolutely. You got to think that they've got some big at the moment. Done. We're going to be going over to control in just a bit, but maybe let's have a little bit of a chat on what transpired there. Of course, Bravado Gaming, Dellas, 4-0 up. How did they let that go?
I actually don't know. Bravado started off playing such a good search and destroy, and basically just went sideways. It just went wrong at some stage. The specialist we used at the right time. The score streaks from Rahil, yes, almost clutching up, but I just think Energy came to the party and said, "Stuff this. We're gonna come back and play a better search and destroy than you can."
Yeah, it got to be said, Heroz really turned around and came up big with some dominating kills, leading the pack there with 13. On the other side of things, it's Bravado Gaming that really are going to need to look into themselves at the moment, and how much homework have they put in. Rahil has got to be looking to his teammates at the moment and saying, "Guys, where are you?"
Jeez.
He had 16 and 6.
Yes. As I said from the beginning, Rahil's the guy to look out for from the Bravado team. 16 and 6, and then you've got 12 and 8. Just combining those two without looking at the score sheet, you must say that, listen here, Bravado took that search and destroy, but it's a different picture as we had Shaaki 12 and 7, 13 and 7 from Heroz, and just all well-rounded second half of that search and destroy for Ian, where Bravado just fell away. I don't know if it came down to comps, but they played a perfect search and destroy, but Ian just played a better one.
Yeah, and now we're going to be moving over to control, and this is going to actually be my first ever commentary of control, which I'm quite excited. It's a game mode that all the way back when the beta was released or even previewed, that we've been talking about, and I can't wait to see it between how these two teams play it. I believe they're pretty much all ready to go, as I'm going to do a double check with my man Dellas.
We can go.
And we're going to jump in and push the play button. So now when it comes down to control, remember, limited lives on each side of the fence here. It is going to come down to those early breaks and how they utilize their teamwork to, if they lose that position, and how are they going to be able to turn it around in their favor. Control is one of those modes that I've been very, very excited for. And how have you been seeing it play out, Dallas? Do you think it's kind of become a fan favorite?
Oh, yes, indeed. Everyone likes search and destroy, where lives it's limited lives, and this is what you're getting in control, and you'd like to see more kills happening like a hard point, and that's exactly what's happening here. And the one thing I quickly want to show out to you guys is look at Bravado's side. All of them running a Maddox, and that's obviously for the first heal, where everyone pushes into A. It's head glitch galore, and this is where Bravado wants to excel.
Absolutely. Now, as they come to get ready to butt heads against one another, it's Heroz that jumps into the window. Going to be able to come up with a clean off the get-go, and this is going to be Energy Esports rolling their way in, and this should be a pretty much predominant A clear for this Energy Esports team as they get themselves well set up here to defend.
Yeah, we can see Scorpio changing his routes, but Heroz, almost taking him out there, but a good trade there from Waffle as 3 players go down from Bravado, make that for Inferno, the only one left alive, not getting the kill there, but Shaaki, the man is on a 4 streak. He's ready for this last control, or this last map, considered if Ian can win this.
Oh, they're coming out hot and on fire at the moment. Currently only 5 respawns difference between these two teams. Frosty turns around and says, you know what, I'll take that gunfight, as he puts Inferno down quite quickly. And it has to be said, this Energy Esports team showing some great skill and some great teamwork to keep away the push from Bravado Gaming.
Yeah, well, here it comes in now. Yes, Bravado has control over this A side. Are you going to give it up? It does not look like Ian's going to just give this up. They're going to contest it, and that's exactly what they did. Now 8 lives ahead of Bravado, and this is not looking good for Bravado, as it's Frosty and Waffle ready for them to rotate to B.
So Bravado Gaming seem to switch up, and they're going to be making their way towards B, but Energy team ready and waiting as Inferno turns around and gets a kill on Waffle. It is Bravado Gaming that comes out all blue in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen at the moment. Bravado coming up clutch when they need to. Energy Esports forced to the respawn, and there's going to be captures on both sides, on A and on B. That's going to force Energy Esports into a split at the moment, as Scorpio will get pushed on the left-hand doorway. However, this is the area where they weren't committed too much in numbers. Bravado Gaming have been holding out on that A side as they bring up the capture and bring themselves up a little bit more time. However, still behind on life. So how is Energy Esports going to play this next minute of gameplay?
Yeah, this comes down. Ian got the call saying, let's not push A, as it was a lost cause. But Miki and Frosty picking up kills there. It's all going to come down to kills, as Frosty does pick up Lithium, almost getting taken out himself. But it's last lives for Bravado. It needs to count. As Shaaki takes up Scorpio. 4 lives remaining for Bravado. Let's see if they can make this count against an 11 of Ian.
Yeah, Scorpio essentially getting left to the spectator zone, as he has to watch over the shoulder of his teammates at the moment. However, with 22 seconds, they need to make a push, and Energy Esports know that they can't just wait and bide their time. However, it is kohvz that comes up with a very good 2-piece, makes that 3. kohvz coming up clutch when he needs to, will get taken out from behind, and it's Energy Esports taking round number 1 on this control on map number 3.
The perfect played control there by Energy Esports. We saw from the beginning, I called it out, Ian did not want to give away that A side, as it was just past his first ticker, or his first line, you could say, from his ticker. But now going to that second one where they said, okay, listen here, they've got control, let's not give our lives away. We were 5 lives ahead, let's make it count, give them A bomb site, give them that extra minute from capping it, and let's just play the kills and get set up at B. And that's exactly what they did. A good start from Ian.
Right, so it's going to be Energy Esports on the attack, which is arguably the more difficult of the sides to try win when it comes down to control. At the moment, Energy Esports pushing their way in towards A, and it looks like once again Heroz is going to be playing for that window play. He does get followed through from Inferno. However, Inferno will get removed, as Energy Esports once again coming up with the initial kills here, and will keep the pressure on their counterparts in Bravado Gaming. It looks like Bravado Gaming are going to decide to, basically give it up and control the B side and try influence the spawns here from Energy Esports, as it is the man furthest forward, that is kohvz, rotating around. Now looking to be the thorn in the side of the Energy Esports team.
It's a good decision by Bravado, but they have to watch out. We all know that B bomb, or that B flag, is out in the open, and Heroz very, very close to his streaks, and you don't want that to go down if you're a Bravado fan, as he wants to get a kill there, but he needs assistance from his teammates. He gets stunned, and this will probably be the push from Scorpio, as he's the only one there. Now get some team help. Heroz does get the kill, but he's only an assist away from getting his score streaks. He does get out. He has his lightning. He's going to invest it. We don't know. We'll see what goes down, but Ian, they're controlling everything there.
They are controlling everything at the moment, as this B site does get contested. It is the reinforced Energy Esports squad that are putting Bravado Gaming to the test at the moment. And it does not look like Bravado Gaming are going to be passing this round number 2, as the pressure keeps on being applied. Miki currently with that Annihilator in hand. Inferno is going to break the line of sight. However, on the other side of things, Heroz picks up 1. He will take out his teammate as well, so that's not a 2-piece means of the nature. At the moment, it is Energy Esports that get forced into respawn. But one of those things in control that is so important are those spawns. Just
turn your way to Miki. Miki is an assist away, I think, from a strike team. And for those that don't know, strike team is literally a bunch of more teammates coming in and taking control. If he does get this, it's all over. I don't see Bravado doing this. He's an assist away now from getting it. He just needs his teammates, and you can see all 3 running for them. running for him to get that score streak. As he's now going to push up. He does see kohvz. Don't give your life away. Get that, because he'd never see that. Oh, it's just the way. Does he get it?
Oh. I'm not too sure if they know that he's
Oh,
there.
he does get it. He does get it, and this is complete hell for Bravado at the moment, as Miki can't be stopped, but Rahil does shut him down. 2 lives left for Bravado, and this is all Ian's, Nick.
Yeah, Rahil left all alone at the moment, as he will be able to come kill, but it's Heroz that cleans it up. Essentially the broom there for his team. Now, this next round for Bravado Gaming, can we all just pray for them or do something? Because there's about to be a bunch of pain. It is going to be a 7v5 essentially.
Everyone in the chat, spam that avocado, because Bravado needs that right now. Spam that avocado to help Bravado. They need your help, as the strike team is just going to be chaos.
CS aptly saying that he does not wish to pray for Bravado. Maybe
boss,
there's
you
some
don't
more
need
people
to, okay?
out there that want Bravado Gaming to lose. So we'll have to wait and see. Strike team will be rolling out, as I want to jump on Frosty at the moment just to see it being called out. He will probably bring it in a more of a defensive zone, maybe looking to defend that A side. And
Heroz, very slam. I don't know if Bravado knows he's got a strike team, but basically at this stage, I'm just putting my controller down saying, listen here, we messed up so hard in this control that we've gained an opposition, a strike team. It's crazy, Nick.
Well, I mean, from Energy Esports side, I mean, how much confidence are they going to be walking away with after this one? Essentially, the undefeated, unbeatable when it came down to tournament gameplay in a lot of ways. Bravado Gaming have now essentially, potentially, rather, been dethroned. However, at the moment, they are 25 up. I mean, 25 to the 24 of Energy Esports. So, technically, Energy Esports are on the... I do want to cross over to Miki, who has called out that strike team. So, will they have enough time to use it? Will this be utilized correctly? That is the only team that I can potentially see going in favor of Bravado Gaming. But with that clock being reset and with B, the one up for grabs, here come the boys. It is going to be the strike team rolling in to do the damage against Bravado Gaming.
Here they come, and they take a lot of damage to kill as well. We do know Rahil has some streaks to work with, and I don't even think a streak would kill those strike teams, but he's going to invest it now and hopefully get some from some of those strike team members down, as nothing works there, as the strike team just rolls up and kills Rahil, and I can't see Bravado winning this or coming back at all.
Yeah, you can just see on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, it's all coming up orange in favor of Energy. Bravado Inferno looking to try get the kill, however, he will get taken out. The War Machine will get popped from Lithium as he picks up one, including his teammate. So they lose a respawn there just from some bad teamwork, unfortunately, for the Bravado Gaming team. On the other side of things, Energy Esports, they're not out of the woods just yet. It is 10 to 12. They do have the positional advantage. Will the break come in here from Bravado Gaming? That is a question that we all have to ask. Waffle picks up a kill of himself. Miki's essentially AI form in that strike team member will be able to pick up a kill. 19 seconds left on the clock, and it's all in favor of Energy Esports, who look to be walking away with their first tournament win here with ACGL.
Yeah, this is not over yet. Bravado starting to heat up as Miki does not get the kill there. The favor is equal at the moment. Don't throw this away. If you're throwing this away, Ian, is going to bite you in the butt.
Yeah. Bravado Gaming are walking their way through at the moment, and now teams are tied up. It is Bravado Gaming taking the lead as they manage to eliminate a couple of players from Energy Esports. Is this the clutch play from Bravado Gaming that we all expected to see at the last? Well, I didn't, but I know that they're going to be bringing the heat at the moment as Lithium picks himself up one. Frosty's left all alone. However, it's Shaaki coming around the corner at the last, and just like that, it is Bravado Gaming picking up a round of their own.
Oh my, against the strike team. This, oh my goodness, what are they going to do? This is basically just inviting Bravado in and say, listen here, we even called down in a strike team and you just got a round off us. And if you're Bravado now, you're riding high, you need to take this control.
It was all but secured there for the Energy Esports team, but Bravado, guess what? You can't rule them out. Somebody was definitely giving them some kind of energy, and they managed to pull their way through and pick up a round of their own. They're not out of the woods just yet, but I want to go through Bravado Gaming and see if they've actually kept anything in their back pocket. Not really just yet, but it is Scorpio that is essentially 45 an assist away from picking up that lightning strike.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how he plays it. And I think he might pick up one player right here in the forms of Heroz. Heroz shutting him down, so a good play from him as he makes that easier for his team. Energy with a 5-man advantage at the moment. Can they make this count? We know they used the strike team and that didn't help much. This is going to come up huge.
Well, they get a little bit of a boost in terms of score streaks as they capture site A. Now it's all about the B site and protecting your life. Bravado Gaming are 6 kills or 6 spawns behind their opposition. As it is Waffle pushing his way down the left-hand side. On the other side of things, the rotations towards B are going to be fully focused here. However, it is kohvz furthest forward on that line of sight as he goes into a gunfight against his opposite number, Shaaki, and will get removed. It is still very tense between these two teams as I'm on board with
Frosty
kohvz
with
at the
the
moment.
shots.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and he did have that 200 health. He gets 3 players there before being taken out. But Ian has the advantage. They make this count. They get the first tick. 2 more ticks to go. We'll see now Rahil trying to push in from those stairs area. Does get the kill on Waffle. And this is maybe their way in. But Frosty has the Tempest. This might... No, he gets shut down.
Bravado Gaming coming up clutch again when they need to. As they turn that around and push the Energy Esports team back once again to try and break this B site. Will they be able to do it? Will Bravado Gaming come up with the hold? Let us know in the chat what you think's about to happen. Who's going to win? Is it going to be BVD or Energy Esports? At the moment, it is Inferno holding down this left-hand side. Doing
Player
some
number
work
10.
here with the Maddox in hand.
Yeah, just keep an eye on player number 10. Wrapping all the way around.
Oof.
This is going to be
That's
huge.
Shaaki.
Does get
Shaaki
one.
coming from behind.
Not dealing too much damage, just taking out one player. But we can still see Ian has that 2-man advantage at the moment. Make it count. This is where it comes down. Trade out coming in there. Lithium is one shot. Miki gets pushed. Now
Look at
for
this
the
rotation
first
here from Scorpio as well. Bravado Gaming are pushing into the spawn of Energy Esports, saying, come and get it. At the moment, it's Scorpio that gets the clutch shot against Shaaki. Once again, Bravado Gaming coming up massive when they need to. Energy Esports trying to get themselves out of this precarious situation. Will it be the Bravado Gaming team coming up with the hold as Shaaki does spot out Scorpio on the side? However, Scorpio knows he can bide his time at the moment as Energy Esports are forced to push forward. However, it is Miki that comes up with the kill. Waffle as they pick
that's the break they needed.
This is exactly what they needed, and it's Bravado Gaming with one more opportunity.
Oh.
The Annihilator potentially can get pulled out here from Bravado Gaming, who pick up 2. No, it's the War Machine coming up massive here from Lithium as Energy Esports are left down to 4 respawns. Who is going to come out on top here?
10 seconds. They need to come in there. He does get one. He needs one more. He's not going to find it. And Bravado is taking it the distance in this control.
This is absolutely massive at the moment. 2-all as Bravado Gaming say, no way are you getting away with this one as they get themselves back another round in control. And this is why we love this game mode so much, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta be said, I really can't put into words what we've seen here today from the Bravado Gaming team. As soon as you think you can rule them out, they come back and prove you wrong. We go into the final round, round number 5 here on control. And who's going to be on the attack here? It is going to be, I believe, the Bravado Gaming team on defense.
Yes.
And Energy Esports on attack.
See what they can do now. It's a Bravado on attack and Ian on defense. This is going to be huge. It comes down to this. Ian wins this and they take the series 3-0. BVD needs to hold huge here as Rahil with Annihilator out early to cause some damage. And that's exactly what he did. They slay out Ian.
Oh, Rahil picks up the shot in the vents. It is going to be Energy Esports now currently behind on respawn. They're not used to being into this position. And at the moment it is Bravado Gaming holding A. Got to figure the rotations towards B are going to come in any second now.
The rotation to B will be crucial. Player number 7, if I can jump to him, he gets taken out. He did need to play a big role. 200 gets pushed for the Bravado team as they do get 200 health there. And it's looking good for Bravado at the moment. Kohvz picking up 2 big pieces and get the Tempest out as well. Takes down Waffle. And this might cause some problems as Shaaki shuts him down at least. And it's going to be Bravado needing to push in, but they've got the 5-man advantage.
It's Inferno from behind as they secure themselves a spot. However, it's Shaaki trying to way in here as Energy trying to fight their way back as well. Shaaki brings out the war machine, going to be clearing the area. However, he will get taken up by Scorpio, who was hiding in the corner on the other side. I think it's Heroz that weighs himself up all the way high. Miki comes up with a 3-piece with Annihilator. Now, Heroz furthest forward for his team. Gets himself prepared on the corner here. Will get some shots fired on Rahil, however, will get removed. It is currently 18-14 in favor of Bravado Gaming. However, defensively positioned, the Energy Esports team are ready and waiting.
I think the streaks, if Miki can get them, will help them so much, as only some shots going into Inferno. Does not get picked up, but Shaaki getting the call out to push up as he is weak. Left him in the vents, not getting the kill there, but Shaaki is still at the back there. If he can help up, but it's Shaaki that pushed up for the kills, and it's all equal now at the moment, Nick. It's going to come down to this. Rahil getting the kill there. The man never misses as Heroz is in vents, going to try and cause some havoc.
He needs some teammate support. I'm still on board here with Miki, who has a big role to play here at the moment. So close to streaks. A lightning strike will do some great work for his team as he gets some shots down on Lithium. However, as he gets the heal back up, that's not going to come back in time. It is going to be the Bravado Gaming team walking their way through. Miki, once again, too scared to take on the gunfight. He will get taken out as the streaks do get removed. It is 10-9 in favor of Bravado Gaming at the moment, as Heroz will be able to come up with a kill of his own. And it's going to be Waffle potentially pushing in here. Decides to back out for
Frosty
a
with
second.
the
Jumps
Tempest.
over.
Tempest.
Very...
Oh, Tempest from Frosty! Getting 2 players down there. They need the Ian players to push up.
Heroz still has an opportunity. He comes up big. And will he bring down? Yep, that's exactly what he does. Is he brings down some damage. However, Energy Esports 3v6 situation. Can they come up clutch? We've seen them do it before. No, it is Bravado Gaming turning this one around. It is Shaaki left alone as they capture B zone. Bravado Gaming.
Oh my goodness!
To come
what?
Up with a win.
A control! A strike team in Ian's hands. They throw it away. Bravado comes back and does this to Energy Esports. Energy Esports kicking themselves in the rear at the moment as Bravado just pitched up, and hey, at least we're seeing another map, Nick.
Oh, well, we might be seeing another 2 maps, Del Rey. We never know between these 2 teams. I can't wait to see what's going to go on. As we're going to be crossing over, I believe, to some hard point action on Hacienda. So I'm going to get that ready as maybe take the guys through what happened in the stats break.
Yes, just looking at the stats, I'm too scared to see what happens there. But we can see Rahil yet again top lobby for Bravado, 38 and 26. We go down, all of them going positive. So good game from the guys from Bravado. And the guys from EN, we've got Frosty with 42 and 28. 46 and 19 from Miki Lithium. And like the guys, the kills department don't tell the story of this game, as it's complete and utter dominance from both teams actually trying to stamp their mark. But we saw Miki for 46 and 19 did have the strike team in round 2 of that control, and oh my gosh, threw it away. But now it's going to go to this hard point, and I see kohvz in the stream saying we want to change host. We 3 maps in and they want to change host. I don't know why, but yeah, one of those things. I think Nick, you would put some daylight on this subject. You're the man in charge. Are we seeing another host?
All right. So let's have a look here. So Bravado Gaming host map number 1, Energy Esports map number 2, Bravado Gaming map number 3, Energy Esports number 4. So it's within Energy Esports right at the moment to decide, as far as I understand from rule sets, of who they would like to host.
Okay, so we'll hear from Ian quickly. Ian,
I will double check that just to make sure. Yeah, higher seeded team was Bravado Gaming.
okay, just contacting the Ian guys. But just looking at the maps that's gone past.
To catch you guys up, the first hard point played on frequency. We saw 100 Club there from Ian against Bravado. Then we saw a search and destroy where Bravado had an insanely good first half of that search and destroy, went up 4-0. But Ian come back and takes 6 in a row, I think it was, and takes it 6-4. And then we saw that epic control where Ian had a strike team and just fell short. Like, I can't believe it. I thought the game was over. But never count out BVD. They've got the shots. They've got the knowledge. They came back to take that control. Is it going to bite Ian in the butt? We don't know. But we'll see going into a Hacienda hard point. And I think the host will be swapping. I'm still hearing nothing from Ian. If they want to stay here, if they want to... Okay, yeah, they're changing. And I think it will be Frosty hosting.
Oh, well, that's going to be even tougher on the lateral gaming. But nonetheless, let's jump in as we wait to see what is going to happen from our side. Bravado Gaming turning momentum into their favor there in control. Essentially going as far as they can go when it comes down to a potential reverse sweep. They go all the way 2-0 down on control, 2-0 down in map count as well as essential score. And now Bravado Gaming picking up the 3-2 there. Maybe it's a little bit of an indication of what is going to happen in the series. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to cross over to Hacienda hard point in a bit. Any predictions going into the next round, Mr. Delray?
Well, if I'm looking at the momentum is firmly on BVD's side at the moment, I would say, after that insane control. But, like, yes, I think Bravado has the upper hand when it comes to Hacienda hard point. I do think Bravado can take this, and I do think we maybe see a map 5, but I don't know. Frosty's on host now. We know what host ad can do. Bravado requested it, so that might be their downfall, but I think this is going to be one crazy of a hard point. But I'm giving the edge to Ian due to, yes, we've got a host from them. Nick, I don't know if you see the same story, but
listen,
I do think it's going to be close.
I think Bravado Gaming have it well within their to try take on this one and potentially bring it to a map number 5. I mean, as far as from what we've seen in them, they've turned up the pace when it comes down to their respawn, especially in that latter stage of the game. And mentally, I think that could potentially affect here the Energy Esports team. And we'll have to wait and see. I think the start of the game is going to be of how we get this one. So, without further ado, I'm waiting for an invite on my side. I'm keen to jump in. Unfortunately, Scorpio and I are pretty much the only 2 left.
Yeah, you can just join on my name. I'll see if I can find you quickly. Go down. See your name yet? Don't see your name. Where are you, Mr. Nick?
I found you.
Oh, you found me. Beautiful. It all comes down to this map, that mid area. Can both sides control that mid area? And then Lambo Hill. We know Lambo Hill is undercover, so score streaks won't matter too much there. But spawns, big on Hacienda, as it's a big map and you need to get across. So it's going to be one of the main things to look out for on this Hacienda map. And then, yes, the knowledge of the players, and this is going to be one crazy hard point.
Yeah, so at the moment, if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, it is Energy Sports essentially throwing that massive 2-map lead away, as well as a 2-0 lead in that previous game of control. Currently, it is 2-1 in favor of Energy Esports. They need to come up big on this Hacienda, And that first fountain is going to be quite interesting, but it's really all about the rotations towards garage side and seeing who can control that statue / drive on the spawn. Bravado Gaming really come up clutch initially when we took onto the first map, which I believe was that frequency?
That frequency, yes.
Yeah, so they came up big on frequency, and it was essentially the rotations from Bravado Gaming initially that started out well. Then Esports just went deep with their slaying power and pushed Bravado Gaming to the side. However, now when it comes down to Hacienda, of course, that garage is going to be important. And then obviously we make our way all the way to the other side on fences, the tin side. And that's where your garden spawns are going to be quite important to try control. So, I don't know, like you said, this is a very, very rotation heavy. And when it comes down to rotations, who do you think is the better of the two?
Well, you've got Inferno always at the back there causing havoc with the AR. So it's going to be up to him to control that for Bravado. But just getting the chat involved, please let us know your prediction. Do you think Ian's going to close it out here, or do you think we're going to go to a map 5? But I only see half of the players in here, so I don't know what's going on. But get your predictions into the chat, and if you just type in !MC for map count, you will get the map count for the game we are on currently. So some hectic scenes we're going to see here. Can't wait for it to kick off. And if we see a map 5, I want to see around 11 on that map 5.
Yeah, I mean, we might go all the way to round 11 at the moment. It looks like whenever these two teams go head-to-head in a showcase match that we happily get to cast, Del Rey, they always do give us a show, don't they?
Always, and you just love to see it. It's two of the powerhouses. They do face off quite often in at LANs and finals, and we've got exactly the same here, never ending in a 3-0 sweep, as Bravado did stop that right there. And I'm still shocked to think how Ian could throw that away with a strike team in hand.
Yeah, I mean, that strike team, essentially the 2 extra players to get brought in, and we even saw them come up with a couple of kills and essentially even being rather effective in coming up with some major clutch shots. I mean, even soaking up some damage to get some trades. Those strike team players, they were sure efficient as Call of Duty's energy. All right, so still waiting on these two teams at the moment. But if I can do a little bit of work here on my, this is going to change up. If we see Energy Esports coming out on top of this, I think kohvz and Lithium are pretty much still safe at the top. However, we'll probably see Energy Esports shake it up in that 3rd place. We'll have
Nick?
We do understand that the teams have started to shape up and kind of mold themselves in their seedings already, which is great. But to our newer teams and our newer players, it is quite for a low-seeded player, and you're going to be going up against essentially some of the higher-seeded teams. You'll find yourself as essentially those round 1 players that get knocked out weekend after weekend, and that's why we're introducing a little bit of a new, where essentially I think the first one will start next week Sunday, where we randomize the tournament. So essentially that will be unseeded randomized, and that's to give people an opportunity to actually enjoy the tournament. However, on the other side of things, we will switch that up with every second week with rank play, and we'll make sure that when it comes down to the big 2Ks, the proper 2Ks, that's where we go with full seeded brackets and tournament.
Yeah, Nick, just join up there, so I stopped you in that moment. If I see you not here.
All right, voted to party host. What is going on here?
I have no idea.
All right, so just waiting for our side. Dellas, you're still in the same lobby?
I am indeed. I'm on Mr. Frosty.
I'm not in the same lobby as you then. I've got Miki, Lithium, Rahil, and Inferno in my lobby, and you are as...
What? What? I've got Inferno. Yes. What is happening?
Maybe lobbies are breaking.
Maybe. Just maybe. We'll see. Now, I think I'm on the wall. I don't know what's happening, but I think we'll once we get everything set and ready, we'll get back to you, gents. For now, we'll just swap over and check you when this game is all ready.
Try to find my way back. But for right, do you think you were saying you were leaning more towards energy esports?
And I think we're about ready to get this game underway. Everyone is joined up. Sorry for that small delay. We did swap host. It looks like everyone is in here. Mr. Nicholas, the tallest man in the community, is here as well. Can't wait for this hard one to kick off.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. And number 4, Bravado Gaming, able to turn this momentum to the favor? I think that's a question everybody's scratching their head with at the moment. And I don't know. I want to find out in chat who's reporting. Is it EN or is it BVD? Who do you think is going to be taking the win here? I'm quite interested to find where the community is at the moment. Do they already feel like Bravado Gaming is that team that it gets almost too frustrating to see them win tournament after tournament? Or are you one of the Energy Esports supporters in the chat? Let us know. For right now, I really don't know. This one can go either way. It is coming down to who goes clutch and who brings in those streaks, who can shut down the opposition. Bravado Gaming coming up with some massive plays. Who are we going to jump with on the early stages here, Mr. Delray?
Well, I don't know. It's going to be crazy this first hill. But I'm going to go on board with Frosty. Man had dropped the numbers on that control. Just came out short for his team winning that game. But he's going to play a big role in this Hacienda hard point with that Maddox control. Heroz going to play a big role, and he's one of them. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go with the hard point on Hacienda. And just a quick reminder to Nick, get your mic closer. It does fade away as 2 kills go down early on, 2 trades. And it's in favor of Ian at the moment as Heroz has pushed through as they want that side spawn for Lambo Hill.
Biggest things that we need to keep an eye on here. Essentially going towards a garage at the moment. Energy Esports, as we dive back into that action, is of course Energy just trying to get out the hold, and Heroz comes up with a massive 2-piece here early on as Energy Esports pick themselves the early point on this first HP, and maybe that's going to be an indication of what's to come as Waffle and Frosty both get this. I want to jump on board here with Frosty. Current 565 points, still away from that streak. However, we'll get some damage. The call out to rotate will come in. Rahil shuts him down effectively. It is the first finger first, which is the Bravado Gaming team inside of Lambos at the moment, but it looks like spawns are going in favor of Energy Esports.
Yeah, and as you say that, it looks like it's swapped over with player number 4, that is Inferno, controlling that backside. That's going to be Miki now coming down at Waters. Jumping, looking to jump up at Lambo, does pick up Lithium, but he's the only man there, and he gets Blixen from behind by Kohvz.
Right, so at the moment, spawn still going in favor of Bravado Gaming, as that is at the moment. Now they've got to start thinking about those rotations once it's going towards essentially Tin and Fence's side. And it is going to be Shaaki moving his way forward. On his left-hand side is the Bravado Gaming team. He's going to need to wait and come up clutch here for his teammate, as Heroz will be walking his way closer in support.
Yep,
It's like that Bravado Gaming managing to once again maintain the spawn.
And it was yet again Inferno. He is on a 2 streak, 4-4. But as you can see, a majority of the kills are blue at the moment, as Ian needs to get into this game only 20 points behind, as Bravado still has control over that hill. Heroz picks up 2. Kohvz can't get the kill there, and it's just back and forth at the moment, Nick.
Back and forth, but it is Energy Esports that retain the spawns and therefore get themselves closer and closer to bringing this one back. At the moment it is all bottom blue, as it is Bravado Gaming coming on the kills necessary to try and take over this hill, but it's Waffle that comes up clutch at the last. And it is Energy Esports bringing themselves closer as we make our way towards Rock or Fountain. It is going to be Waffle making his way down this left side, spots out Scorpio just outside Rock. On the other side of things,
Oh,
Miki
Frosty
holding on to a good position here. Will he be able to stay alive?
Yeah, Waffle as well situated himself in the water, as it is a big place to keep under control, as I think Kohvz is on his left hand side, and Kohvz will be picking him up shortly if he can get shots in. They can't really see each other, but Kohvz comes out victorious there, and it is Heroz all up to Heroz to maybe stop the ticker from ticking, but it's a very close game and nothing less than what we expected.
Yeah, we expected a close game between these two teams, and I'm happy to see that Energy Esports and Bravado Gaming are having this back and forth of essentially spawn control. And it is Energy Esports that come up with this lane potential. However, we see Bravado Gaming bouncing back time and time again as Miki cleans up Rahil. On the other side of things, they've got to keep an eye on Fountain, as that's where we rotate towards in the middle of the map now. Energy Esports looking quite solid. Frosty not too far away from streaks at the moment, as it looks like his opposite number will get cleaned up. He does have potentially that Tempest in hand. As he brings that out, he spots out Lithium. Will he be able to clean this one up? Does exactly that. Picks up one. He's now got the lightning strike. Picks up his second as kohvz gets knocked down. Frosty on a hot streak as Bravado Gaming hold. And eventually come through quick enough to pick up that one. And it's going to be an amazing push from here from his opposite number. However, he does have a drone squad in his back pocket. What's out of play on Fountain, turns at the wrong second, and he will eventually get shut down. However, does still have those 2 streaks in these. However, on the other side of things, a Bravado still with no streaks in hand, but the med kits will get.
Yeah, only 5 points the difference. Will make that all equal now with Bravado taking the lead. Scorpio in heal getting that time for you. But the rotations is going to come down to Frosty. He's the only one currently in Lambo. And he does spot Inferno there, but it help comes in from Heroz. From this. Whoa, flicks him in there and Rahil. And this game, if you're good in shoot punching, it's going to help you so much.
Absolutely. As we see Miki bringing up the Annihilator. Let's see if he's going to be able to whip down the damage. He's going to just to put some damage in on his opposite numbers. However, the shutdown on the Energy Esports push. On the other side of things, Inferno comes up with the cleanup. Inferno's got to be close to streaks at the moment if he hasn't collected them all.
Oh, he just dies off them. Yet again, would have played a big role in this game with him picking up his streaks, but unfortunately doesn't. Rahil gets the little strap time, but it is Ian rotated over, and I'm going to jump on board with Inferno as he is going to be the first one challenging the Feng Seal.
Absolutely, as got to keep in mind that kohvz also has that Tempest in hand should he decide to use it. He picks up a headshot on Heroz. Now, spawn control still in favor of Energy Esports, it seems, with their player right at the back, Waffle, trying to hold it down for them. However, Heroz will get pushed on either side, as it is Bravado, Lithium picking up Miki on the other side of things. It is kohvz trying to dash rather his way as he gets bashed in the...
Sheesh.
But it is a bit of jump fake between these two players.
They're literally having a 100-meter hurdle dash there, but some insane maneuvering by the players, and it's still very close. In control of it. Inferno now getting into the hill, getting the kill on Heroz, and yet again back and forth we go with this Feng Seal. And if PVD stands any chance of taking this far away from Energy Esports, it is up to their captain Lithium. Is currently struggling with 11 of 23.
Lithium has been struggling in this series so far, but let's see if he's going to be able to pick it up. At the moment, it is going to be Lithium walking his way down this left-hand side, trying to make his way in towards the HP. He will jump up on Shaaki, however, he will get removed as Waffle picks up one of his... That Tempest still is in the hands of kohvz. Should he decide to use it? He hasn't pulled it out just yet as he picks himself up too. He's doing some phenomenal work with this Maddox in hand. It is the Energy Esports push that will come through once again. He's so close to streaks, Delray.
Yeah, these streaks play a big role. They need to shut him down. Energy Esports, they don't want to give a guy like this streaks. He would end the game for you immediately. As you can see, it's just ticking blue and blue the whole time with Bravado ticking on. And we'll see now kohvz will pick up his first score streak, the lightning strike. There we go. He picks it up, and this is going to be one hell of a fight back for Energy Esports.
Well, he's still got that Tempest in hand, so we don't know what is going to transpire here, as it is going to be essentially Miki trying to jump his way up there. However, will get removed as Rahil was keeping the shoulder of his opposite number, and it is Waffle now finding himself in the corner. Not a good call out coming in there for Bravado. Players misses out completely. However, the House Storm will now get picked up by kohvz. He still has, once again, that Tempest. It has been in his back pocket for the longest time. It might be collecting mold. However, he finally will get knocked down, and that might give an indication for the streaks to come out.
Yeah, streaks might be invested by Bravado. Does not look like it at the moment. Bravado is still comfortably in the hill. Almost tags up Shaaki as well, but it's Bravado clicking past that 200-point mark. And Ian, they need to fight, and they need to fight immediately, as Bravado has 200 health to work with as well.
And you can see on the right-hand side that Energy Esports team are going to be coming up with a bunch of specialists anytime soon. Here currently does have that ground stop.
Oh my.
However, kohvz brings it out at the perfect
That's it.
time to remove 4 players from Energy East. And it's going to be Bravado Gaming holding on tight here.
Yeah, I can't see Energy Esports getting back into this now. They need to push in, and they need to push in very quick. Scorpio picks up 2, makes that 3, almost getting the 4th, but that will be Bravado taking this 4th map, the hard point on Hacienda. Well, it's not over yet. There's still 5-3. It's ticking. Oh, Heroz coming up clutch.
Will he make it 5? Put that in your top 5
piece.
of the...
But it is Bravado. Yeah, Bravado is already rotated. They only need 3 kills or 3 points. If Energy Esports do this now, they need to do it immediately.
They need to come up clutch, and it's Frosty that jumps into the hill. However, it is that shuts him down. Shaaki on the other side of things will be able to remove it. Machine out here from the Energy Esports lads. Bravado Gaming are slightly out of position. They finally make their way in towards the hill, and that should be enough as Bravado Gaming pull it back to make it map number 5. It is 2 apiece, but
jeez, Nick, jeez. What a crazy hard point yet again. And the difference maker there for me was kohvz. kohvz yet again with the streaks and taking out 4, 5, almost 5 players from Energy Esports, making it look easy, and he played it perfectly. Bravado is taking this to a map number 5. Is this a reverse sweep? We don't know. The first one we might see of 2019, but this is going to be a hectic search and destroy played on Hacienda, and I'm getting the call to wait 5 minutes. So 5 minutes we wait.
5 minutes we will have to wait at the moment as we go over to the stats and cross over to see what these teams have done from each respective. As we said, Frosty coming up with a decent amount of kills on his side of things. However, it will essentially leading from the essentially Scorpio.
What?
It was
what?
kohvz.
Yeah.
Are you still busy?
34 seconds of heal time.
Just pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to get back in here. I don't know, Nick's voice keeps coming back and leaving me again and coming back, but hopefully he's here to stay. Nick, you there?
I am indeed, Delray. I am indeed. I'm not too sure. I'm getting the same from your side, so I don't know if it's an issue of connectivity or what it might.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there you go again. I have no idea, but in 5 minutes time we're starting this map number 5. Hacienda, search and destroy. Stick around, get your buddies into the stream. Let's break this 50 viewer mark. I think we've broken it already, but let's get as many people as possible, because this is going to be one hectic map 5. And get your predictions into that chat, because this is going to be insane. Check you in about 2.5 minutes, and we'll get this Hacienda search and destroy underway. Look, looks like we are ready to go. I'm gonna just unmute my boy Nicholas as we get this Hacienda search and destroy underway. Can't wait for it. Map number 5. Who do you have taking this series? Nick, give me a scoreline.
24 to 32.
Okay, listen here. This isn't 2020.
I'm sorry. 2020 card is just basically 30 rounds of search and destroy.
Yeah, basically. But here we go. EN versus Bravado. And the first person I'm going to jump on board with is Inferno, or actually kohvz. He played a big role in that search and that second hardpoint we just saw on the same map. So we'll see what he can do off the back.
All right, so we're currently with kohvz at the moment. So let's see what position he's going to be able to get himself in here. Obviously, outside fountain. Just trying to find his way in, and these early rounds are going to be so important from both of these teams. At the moment, it doesn't look like Bravado Gaming have found themselves in a good position early on here. The bomb is down, but it is a 5v4.
Yeah. Bomb's down. It's up to Ian now to push up and see what they can conjure up as Waffle is in middle with Shaaki. Shaaki gets that first kill. This might be the start for Ian now to push up and get those kills. Rahil said, no, you're not going to take me out. But it is Lithium. Lithium needs to go huge, and that's all down. And that's the first round to Ian. Totally different to what it was in that frequency, is indeed.
Yeah, absolutely different. I mean, Ian coming out of the gates, and maybe Bravado really do want to make this the most difficult comeback of all time. If Ian can go 5-0 up, it'll be statistically the biggest comeback Bravado Gaming could have possibly done throughout this entire tournament. Or at least in this entire match against Energy Esports. However, we jump on board with Shaaki here with the best play technically of the game according to Call of Duty statistics and algorithms, as he picks himself up 2 with the pistol in hand. And now we're going to be switching sides, and it's going to be the Energy Esports team on the attack here. Who do you want to jump on board with?
Well, let's go with Shaaki. He picked up 4 that first round, and he got the defuse. So we'll see. He's going to be working towards his streaks. And it's going to be a B push. But kohvz and Lithium already read this one. We'll see if they can stop EN as the nades come over. Lithium might be in the crossfire. Lithium picking up Heroz with that nade. And it is Bravado giving up the B bomb side. And but player number 3, if we can just jump to him now, that is Scorpio. He's just checking that cross if they go over to B. Did he miss him? Did he get timing on him? No, he does see him now. And this is the rotation back to Shaaki. But player number 6 is Frosty in that water with a thermal ICR. You don't see this very often, Nick.
You don't see it every day, but at the moment, Frosty coming up with a very big kill to bring it back.
Oh!
30 seconds left on the clock, as Frosty will be able to pick up another. kohvz, however, gets a trade on in terms of kills.
Bomb goes down.
3. Bomb does get put down, and it is Bravado Gaming that needs to make the move here. I'm currently on board with Lithium, who's making his way up from behind. Seems like he's sticking together with Scorpio.
Yeah, he's trying to stretch that bomb. Frosty does pick up Lithium. The 2v3 situation. He's still trying to pull that over, but I don't think it is possible at this stage. As he swaps over, Shaaki gets the kill. And I do think Shaaki has streaks.
Yeah, Shaaki potentially with streaks now in the back pocket, as Energy Esports essentially double their lead to make it 2-0 up against their opposite numbers. Energy Esports, if you're them at the moment, this is the exact start that you wanted, and it hasn't really been relying on their key players here. It has been the other players showing up, and that's exactly what they need to pull off something quite solid here. I mean, Frosty currently 5-1, however, Shaaki 5-0. I just want to have a look at Shaaki. He's currently got that lightning strike in the back pocket should he decide to use it. That's going to give them a huge amount of momentum going on the attack and towards the open bomb sides on both sides.
Yeah, first blood did go down. And it is in the hands of Ian now to capitalize on that. Bomb goes down by Lithium. Let's see the rotation. Miki gets another one. And this is the change from that first search and destroy we saw on frequency. It was always BVD getting that first blood. And it's now Ian doing that exact same thing. And player number 6 is Frosty in the water with his ICR thermal. That very smart plays as BVD Waffle takes down his teammate, saying, "Sit down, we don't need you this round." And it takes out 2 of the BVD players and brings Shaaki another score.
Hellstorm. Energy Esports coming up big here as they pick up round number 3. If you're on Bravado Gaming side at the moment, I hope you've got those trophy systems, because you better look up, because there's going to be a bunch of streaks raining their way down. So now, if you're on Energy Esports side, do you think they use these streaks early on to try to push away and try to get these bomb plants? Or do you think they're going to save it for the later rounds?
Well, we did see Bravado. They went 4-0 up in that frequency search and destroy, and then lost complete full. That's probably playing in the minds of Ian at the moment, saying, let's not let that happen to us. And if they can control their specialist when to use it and their score streaks, I think it's going to be a quite easy game for them. Yet again, that first blood coming in from Waffle, getting that kill on Inferno. Frosty yet again. Ian's playing with so much confidence at the moment, with Shaaki all streaked out with that helicopter as well.
Absolutely, a Shaaki will be able to come up with a headshot on the other side of things. Lithium will get traded out there as well.
Damn!
And just like that, it is Energy Esports coming up 4-0. Now, the question that we were talking about a bit earlier, will they learn from their opposition's mistakes here and play their game? They don't want to give this over just yet. They need to make sure they keep tight as a unit and don't get complacent.
Yeah, well, this is exactly the position we were, just turned around for BVD, where Ian came back and took 6 straight rounds. And BVD has to watch out. Yeah, BVD has to watch out, because Frosty is on those score streaks, as well as Waffle just popped the 200 for his team, and it's Waffle on streaks as well.
Shaaki has, I believe, I'm not too sure if that's the heli or the snipers, but either way, he's got a lot to work with in his back pocket, as it's going to be the war machine that will get thrown out.
And that's going to pick up anyone
from the bomb side. The bomb does get planted. However, Shaaki misses out on a crucial snipe there. It is Energy Esports in a 4v4 situation. Waffle gets taken out. It is a 4v3. 29 seconds left. What are they going to do here?
Yeah, the big guy for me will be Frosty. If he can pick up...
Oh, Scorpio.
Didn't you see him? I think one of the players will be coming up behind, and that's the first round for Bravado. Well played by them. And it basically comes down to Shaaki not picking up anyone with that grenade launcher.
I've got to say that I feel like it's a weird issue of deja vu happening at the moment. I don't know if you're feeling a little bit of the same situation, Dellas.
Yeah. No, it is exactly the same. Hopefully we don't see the same thing happen. I'm definitely rooting for my boys from Ian to stop this.
Bias.
Yeah, no bias at all. But it is Shaaki still with the score streaks, and it's yet again Frosty in the water with that thermal ICR. Let's see if Bravado can counter this. They know the setup. The first blood yet again for Ian, and it's BVD that needs to work with the Downer Man.
Now that they've got that first blood, will the streaks get used? That is the question. Shaaki keeps on putting himself in this weird situation where he has to come out on top. However, they come up with the second, so he might be able to save all of that for the next round. However, Inferno takes him out. On the other side of things, there's going to be Energy Esports in a 4v3, 24 seconds. Will they be able to hold this one up as RahilBux comes up with a kill of his own? Lithium comes up with one against Waffle. It is going to be essentially a 1v2. Miki and Heroz as the bomb attempts to get defused. Lithium will come up with a kill on the other side of things. It is going to be Inferno who pays his attention to Miki. They'll have enough time. It is Bravado Gaming with another round.
A great retake. A great retake from Bravado. They've woken up. And I'm afraid to say it, but we're going down the same road, Nick.
We're definitely going down the same road, and will they live to regret not using these streaks, even on the defensive side? On the other side, it is going to be Bravado Gaming clawing their way back slowly but surely, and I'm not too sure. I think on the attack, you control the pace a little bit more, and that's why I'd probably use my streaks on the attack more than on the defense, especially when it comes down to what Ian have in the back pocket. However, on the other side of things, it is now going to be the Energy Esports team essentially defending these bomb sites as Scorpio does get picked up. It is Bravado Lithium who comes up with the machine to do some damage. Inferno's not going to be able to connect with that one.
Yeah,
Will Shaaki decide to call out some streaks? That's exactly what he does.
Yeah, for the first time in the Search and Destroy, it's Bravado with the first blood. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. They did take down Waffle. Waffle had full streaks himself. Bomb has not gone down yet. Heroz does pick up one. It's Lithium now getting the bomb down. And Shaaki uses his score streaks. Takes down Scorpio to a V4 at the moment. Make that a 1v4. All up to kohvz. If there's one man that can do it, it is kohvz.
It is kohvz indeed as he rotates his way around. Now, what will this Energy Esports team be able to do? How will kohvz be able to play this one? It is going to be very, very difficult. It is almost a traditional clutch by all means. A 1v4 as he picks up one, jumps down, will be able to collect the bomb. Only 15 seconds remain. Heroz, I'm not too sure if he spotted him out. It's kohvz coming up on top of that gunfight. However, I don't think he's going to have enough time here as he turns and backs off. It is just going to be kohvz playing down the clock and trying to hold down to any kind of momentum push. As they lose the round, it is going to be Energy Esports within one of taking this tournament.
That was looking quite interesting there with kohvz picking up too, but just holding back and not getting that bomb down. Energy Esports now one round away from taking this series 3-2. They could have ended it in that control, but BDD denied them even with having a strike team down on the ground. But it is now Energy Esports one round away. And Bravado, those first bloods needs to be crucial. It needs to go down. We've got Waffle who jump on board with him. He's got streaks. We can see Shaaki still has that chopper and the Hellstorm. So this is going to be interesting to see what Ian does with those streaks.
Will they use their utility that they have at the moment? That is the question, as it looks like Inferno throws himself into the gunfight and will get traded out there as Frosty comes up with one of his own against Lithium. It's currently a 4v3 situation as the players rotate towards this A-bomb site. Now, Waffle is out, so no streaks in hand. However, on the other side of things, Shaaki has both of his. You've got to feel that he's got to pop it right. Calls out the sniper's nest.
Uh-oh. He is starting right now. Can we see play number 5 and jump on board with Rahil? He is the man to look for to make something happen. Score streaks come down. 2 goes down. He kills his own teammate Shaaki. All up to kohvz now. kohvz needs to make this play and he doesn't. Energy Esports takes the second 2K hosted by ACGL 3-2 to Energy Esports.
An absolutely massive play there from Energy Esports. You thought they were going to give it away for a second when those streaks came down, but they really clutched up when they need to, and to be honest, have looked like the overall better team today. Bravado Gaming giving it away time and time again, and maybe losing out on that trademark consistency that we've seen time and time again. I feel like a broken clock repeating it, but for right now, it has been absolutely great to see these two teams go ahead. Maybe I'm Ian's lucky charm. Maybe I need to stay away from the commentators mic for a while. I'm not too sure, Dellas.
No, I do think you should stay. Don't go anywhere. Let's stay exactly where we are, but take nothing away from Bravado. Bravado was down 2-0 in series count. They had a strike team against them, and they came out on top. They took the Hacienda hard point. And they came back. Yes, Ian played a perfect search and destroy on the Hacienda, but take nothing away from Bravado. They played such a good series. They almost brought it back, but the reverse sweep stopped by Energy Esports. And I'm looking at Shaaki, 11-3 on Hacienda. And if you've got a player dropping those numbers, it's really difficult to stop.
Absolutely, absolute machine from his side of things. And from my side of Dallas, it has been an absolute pleasure casting with you once again, and I'd like to say thank you to you as a community member, essentially. of what you've been doing for the community and providing them with the most when it comes down to casting Call of Duty. From my side, I've got to say it has been a pleasure, and I guess I'll try to catch you guys in the next one. There's a whole bunch of things from our side that I'll try to release. But Dellas, thank you, and thanks to your audience here today.
Yeah,
I guess I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, definitely check you at the next one. For everyone tuning in, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the support. I know both teams really do appreciate the support. I can see Dizzy was in your TN Energy. It's Bear. We had kohvz the player as well. We have Nato. Literally, the members of the community combining to get into the stream and support as much as we can. And I can't wait for the next one. It's going to be insane. Yes, I apologize for the stream quality. It's not up to par yet. But for February, I can already promise you guys a daily schedule of competitive games streamed. Can't wait for that. But yet again, GG to Energy Esports taking that series 3-2 over Bravado. And Bravado back to the drawing board, just fixing a couple of things they let slip on Search and Destroys. But GG's to both teams, and I'll check you guys for the next 2K next Sunday. Don't miss it. It's going to be one hell of a game, or one hell of a tournament again. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.